Howdy, this is Professor UD Guru over here in the corner. We're here today because I want to show you how to start a new song in GooeyTar guitar tablature software. That's my new app that I just wrote. Took only 2.5 months to write this in Python. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to this website. This guy's name is Heath, and he's got a nice website, Feedback Guitar Academy. His website's over here. This is a very good lesson. I looked at several lessons on this song, Deep River Blues by Doc Watson, and this is the lesson that I prefer. So let's get started. What we're going to do is we're going to borrow his arrangement, just enough to show you how to use GooeyTar tablature software. I don't know what tablature software he's using. It looks pretty good too. But I just want to show you how to start a new song and how to use my tablature software, GooeyTar. Now, before you will be able to use GooeyTar, all you have to do is install Python. So let's go over to, I'll show you how to find the instructions that I wrote at one time for installing Python. TreeBard genealogy software. This is my other YouTube channel. Anyway, there it is. This is going to tell you how to install Python and stuff like that if you want to do a little messing around with Python. For example, if you want to make new features in code that I'm giving you for GooeyTar. Anyway, this is the genealogy software that I created. Worked full-time, 6 years and 2 weeks. I estimate 16,000 hours of work. It was my very first app. I've made several small apps now, some of which I use every day, and that's all I wanted to say about that. This is the only thing that you need to see that will tell you how to get started in Python in Windows. I'm not on Windows anymore, but I was when I created TreeBard. Now Heath here is going to show you some tablature for Deep River Blues, and we're just going to copy a few notes off of his tablature so I can show you how to create a new song in GooeyTar. As you can see, we've already started. Already tested this, see if it should work. Now what we're going to do is right click on Deep River Blues and delete it and start from scratch. There's no scroll bar, but you can pan by dragging or you can mouse wheel down, and we're going to put in a new song, Deepwater Blues by Doc Watson. Key of E, time signature 4/4. Let's just say there's 16 measures for now. And the first measure number, it can start at 1, but we're going to start at 3. Why? Because if you look at this guitar lesson by Feedback Guitar Academy, let's just start playing it for just a second here.
Some of those other elements to make it a little bit more advanced and a little bit more accurate to how he played it live. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, let's just look at this, and we're going to copy some of these notes. So here's what I wanted to show you. Let's see, he's starting on 3, which means there's probably some lead-in, count-in, introduction sort of thing. So let's start on 3, and the main reason is then we won't get confused looking back and forth between his and ours. And of course, the goal is to learn the song and then make my own arrangement. But for now, I just want to learn the song. And I said 16 measures. It rounds up. GooeyTar is very simple. It is purposely devoid of extra features, and it works by means of time-space continuum. You've heard of that before. It's not physics. It's a form of musical notation that uses equal spacing between. In other words, every eighth note is equally distant apart. So you got your red ones. Those are going to be equally distant apart. You want to put most of your eighth notes and quarter notes there, except This is ragtime or blues, what you want to call it. So we're going to use 6th notes and 12th notes. As you see, there's no musical notation on here, no standard musical notation. We use 6th notes and 12th notes instead of making you pretend. Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, go look at the original movie, which is only an hour and a half long, but you don't have to watch the whole thing. Let's just get started here. We're going to start right here. What I was trying to explain there a second ago, you see he's got these 8th notes and a quarter notes here. Well, in ragtime, that means ragged time, okay? It means, it says it's an 8th note, but it's not. This is a 6th note, and this is a 12th note usually in ragtime. So you go, instead of going da 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 da, you're going to go da 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 da, and then your quarter notes are normal. This is going to go da 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 da. Okay, so this is a 6th note, this is a 12th note. It's as if this quarter note was a triplet with this so-called 8th note taking up 2 12th notes and this so-called 8th note taking up only a 12th note. Because 3 12th notes is a quarter note, right? This is going to be a 6th note, this is going to be a 12th note. So we go Shift Control X for 6th note. This is a 0, fret 0. These are strings. This is tablature. You know what that means. Let's play it. Okay, that's the right note. This is a 6th note, and there is 8 times 6 equals 48. You see these little steps here. If you go arrow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you go all the way to the end. There's 48 of these so-called steps here. All right? So there's 8 6s in a 48. This is a 6th note, so we're going to go Control 8, and that's our next note. And then we're going to go Shift Control T because that's a 12th note. And that's going to be a 5 on that string. That's a 12th note, and there's 4 12s in 48, so we're going to go Control 4. And that's our next note, which is going to be Shift Control X for 6th note. That's just a 7 on that highest string. And then Control Shift, what did I say? 8 times 6 is 48, right? Control 8. And then Shift Control 12, that's going to be a 12th note. Whoops. Did I skip something? Yeah, I did. This one is a 7 and a 6 on those 2 middle strings. So I got to make a correction. That's easy to do. You just go back to that note and delete it. And look here again so I don't make another mistake. It's a 7 and a 6 on these two. That's a 7 and that's a 6. And I just made 12th notes, which is wrong. So I'm going to change those to 6th notes. Control plus. Now it's an 8th note. Now it's a 6th note. I go down to this note with the arrow, down arrow, and I go plus plus. That's Control plus plus. Okay. This is a 6th note, so we're going to Control 8 up to the next 12th note, and it's probably still on 12th notes, but I can go Shift Control T again if I want. And here is that 7 that I put in a second ago. That's just a 12th note. And so we're going to go Control 4 to get to our next note, Shift Control Q, because we got a couple of quarter notes now. You see we're on the red there. Did you notice? This is the red bar. Because if you go, oops, if you go Control 6 twice, well, that's 2 8th notes, or 1 quarter note. 2 8th notes goes to the next quarter note, okay? Now we just go back here. Okay, this is not off. That's correct. If I go forward another 4, there's your red again, you see, because these ragged time so-called 8th notes, 8 plus 4 is 12, right? Okay, 12 times 4 is 48. That's a 0, and then we got a 7, 6 again. Okay, those are all quarter notes. That's 0, so that's an E. And if we go up and down, it is a quarter note. I did that part right. Then we go Control 6 twice to get to the next quarter note. It's going to be a 7. It's going to be a 6. And I just noticed this is wrong. I made a mistake here. So type in a 6 and go on Control Save. Let's listen to his version for a second and see if it sounds the same.
How he played it live. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, this is a simplified version, by the way, but that's the best way to learn it. Okay, so that's really all I wanted to show you. That'll get you started. And I wanted to show that this does work because there was a mistake in the code, and that's why we're up to version 16 instead of 15 like in the original video. And this is just a short one, and thanks for showing up. I'll see you in the next movie. Bye-bye.